Hello guys, Threelly here. Welcome to today's video. So guys, in today's video we are going to look at the top 10 most amazing skills in technology for 2020 and beyond. Alright, and these are skills, not necessarily jobs. So if you're looking at understanding and getting those valuable meta skills that you can then build so that you're employable and you can fit into different roles, guys, these are the top 10 skills for 2020 and beyond in technology. So before we dive in, guys, on the screen we have Threelly AI extension. Check out the extension, install the Chrome extension. It sits right within your browser, and as you're watching this video on YouTube or wherever you're watching this video, with that extension on your side, you can see my bookmarks, you can see my commentary, and you can decide to index this video and translate it into different languages if you want to. So very powerful, guys. Just click on the extension and grab that, and let's dive in. So once you go into this top 10 skills for 2020 and beyond, I'm going to be working within Google search platform, and the reason why I chose that is I can provide lists to resources about the skills, but if any of this is new to you, the very first place you might want to start from, or I would always recommend people starting from, guess what, is Google about it, right? Search about it and inquire a little bit more. There's nothing more fascinating than going to Google, searching about something, and then from there you can get the world of resources at your fingertips. So I don't think I'm gonna do any service or add any value if I copy one or two links and provide here. So just if something is new here, go to Google, search about it, and then dive a little bit more into it. That said, we're gonna go into number one, and this is in no particular order. The very first one that we see here is machine learning. Machine learning has been in the news recently. A lot of companies are hiring for. They want people to come in to use data, apply statistical method, apply machine learning techniques to make predictions, to increase revenue, to reduce costs, to optimize workflow, to keep retaining customers. So there's a lot of demand for machine learning experts. So guys, if you're interested in this, you can search on Google. There are different skills that are needed in here. You might want to know mathematics, Python, Scala, SQL, lots of things that you might need to become a machine learning expert. But this is in very much demand. So go on Google, search a little bit more about machine learning, an amazing skill to prepare for into the next coming years. Now, next one on that list is digital marketing. Now, some people might say, but why would you go ahead and include digital marketing in a list for technologies, guys? If you think about it, guess what digital marketers use? They use technology products. So there is still some form of technology in there, and there's a lot of demand for it, right? Gone are the days where companies will put posters, or driving down the highway, you see the board and the signs that they'll put to advertise. Now it's all done digitally, right? You're putting ads on Google, you're putting ads on Facebook, you're putting ads on LinkedIn, ads on Quora. So there's a lot and lots of demand for this, and there are people coming in there making solid, amazing careers being digital marketer. So something I'll pay attention to into the years coming. Now, next one is data science, right? Data science is like the hot potato today. Everybody's talking about it. A lot of people are getting in there. A lot of people are making amazing careers out of this. You hear of all these top companies hiring data scientists to solve their problems. So data science is very much in demand. Data science can mean different things to different people, and that's one of the things that I just want to call out here. So if you're thinking about being a data scientist, all right, a data scientist for Facebook might be different from a data scientist working at Google, might be different from a data scientist working at your local mom and pop shop down the road. All right, but whatever it is, this is a field very much in demand. There are lots and lots of classes, lots and lots of training online. If you want to dive a little bit deep into data science, guys, just Google about it, watch a couple of videos, educate yourself. It's just an amazing field that has a lot of promise going into the next couple of years, or into the next decade, I would say. Now, next one on that list is cybersecurity. Security is becoming the name of the game. A lot of companies are getting breaches. All right, there are hackers everywhere, and so people want to keep their data secure. We live in a day and age where almost everything we do is generating data of one form or another. As you can, from your Facebook to your Twitter to YouTube to your mobile phones, guys, we're all generating data, and companies want to keep this data secure, and so they're hiring armies of people who can come in, protect that data, make sure the data is secure, follow best practices, make sure the policies are in place, and very important and beyond. And if you look here on on Google, on a Google search, you can see links and topics about data cybersecurity. There are some certifications, SIPs. Guys, just dive into it and you'll find very, very amazing resources and job opportunities being a cybersecurity expert. Now, the next one on that list is cloud computing. All right, cloud computing is really, I would say cloud computing has dominated this decade, the decade of 2010 to 2020, and beyond that is still gonna continue to dominate. And what does cloud computing mean? It means that in the past, companies used to have their servers on premise. So if you have your company, you have you go to an office somewhere in a room. Back there in that office, they would have a bunch of servers, and that server will run the organization. So they have to hire somebody to manage those servers, to secure those servers, to upgrade those servers, and all of that. Now they don't have to do that anymore. They can simply say, well, we need 10 computers. Just go to Amazon or by internet, buy that capacity from Amazon and just use it without having to physically maintain your own servers, right? If you have an application that used to be running on your premise, you can take it and run it to the cloud. So a lot of companies are migrated to the cloud. They're leveraging a lot of cloud services, and they need people who understand the cloud, who can come in and can work for them to do all of those kind of jobs. All right, so AWS is a cloud. Google Cloud Platform, again, is a cloud. Microsoft has their own cloud, which is called Azure. So many cloud. Oracle has theirs. Even the US government is moving to the cloud. There was a project called the YEDI project, right? JEDI, Joint Enterprise Defense Initiative. I don't know if that's actually correct, but I'm not gonna leave the link below for the YEDI project. So a lot of companies are going to the cloud. Even the US government, the Defense Department, is going to the cloud. So there's gonna be a lot of demand for that. If you're looking to build a career, you can actually build a solid career, guys, working in the cloud. All right, if this is the first time you're hearing about the cloud, guys, if you just Google, you will find resources all over the place that talks about the cloud, why it's valuable, and how you can get in. So the cloud is something I would check out. Now, this next one will surprise people why I would include in this list, and I thought very hard about including this one in this list, but it's still on the list nonetheless. And this one is software testing. Software testing. If you think about it, all the organizations all over the world, right? Facebook, Google, what do? They write software. If you are using, say, your phone, or you're using your tablet, or you're using your application, banking, what is that all? That's all software. Somebody has to write that software. But before that software goes and for the world to use it, guess what? Somebody needs to test it. And so there is a need for people to come in and to test software. Not just software developers, not just software engineers, but there are people that are needed to test all this software to ensure that when it goes out, there are no bugs, there are no issues. The software complies with all the regulation. And so I see a continuous need for software testers into the future, whether we're talking about testing just software, or testing machine learning models, or just testing whatever it is you're testing, guys. There's gonna be a serious need for software testers going into the future. And this might be a good career path or a good skill for someone who is not necessarily technical. So maybe you don't like to write code, you don't necessarily want to be the programmer, but you still want to work in IT. Being a software tester or a QA could be a very valuable skill or career option to consider going into the future. So there are some links here, you can go check them out and see. Right, there are different kind of testing. There's automated testing, there is manual testing. The field is huge, but going into the future, guys, this will continue to be very much in demand. Now, next one on this list is game development. Right, this is not all fun and games. This is actually a very serious career or serious field that you can go in and make an amazing career out of it. All right, there are people who play a lot of games today, and there are people who are needed to develop those games. There are people that are needed to test those games. So if you are into games already, or if this just fascinates you, why not consider or look at a career out of this? So game development, you might be creating the games, you might be testing the games, you might just work in that industry. Something very much in demand. And guys, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe that game development or the gaming industry is something that continues to boom and will do so into the next decade, just watch this. So I just went on Google here and I did the search and this is a search for esport tournament. All right, I was paying attention to this during the year, and look at how packed these stadiums are. All right, it just blows my mind. In the past, a gamer was just somebody who sat in their room and was just nerdy and has a PS2 or a PS1 or whatever you had at the time and played all day long. All right, today this is becoming not just a one-off thing, but entire stadiums are being filled for people to play games, right? Esport, that's really what is really growing. And so, the gaming industry is booming, and if this is something that interests you guys, you can definitely make an amazing career in this. There are several paths you can follow. Like I mentioned, you might be a game developer, a tester, a marketer, right? You might do digital marketing for games, whatever it is, guys, but this is a booming field that will continue to do so into the next years ahead. Now, next one, of course, it's almost been like a cliche. In almost every of my videos, I try to mention this, and this is what you have on the list. This one is artificial intelligence, or AI. Artificial intelligence. I believe that, I wouldn't even say I believe. A lot of people have said AI is the oil of this century. All right, just like the way in the past people used to make a lot of money with oil. Now people are making a lot of money with AI. Almost every software product we use, from the GPS to our phones to our email to Facebook, are all having AI being built into that, facial recognition. All right, so guys, this is something I'll definitely pay attention to going into the next decade. Now, this is a big field. You might do machine learning, right? We've already talked about machine learning or data science in the beginning. All of those kind of play in the same kind of area, but they have different specializations. All right, you might be doing deep learning. You might be using Google. You might be using Microsoft. You might be using AWS to do all this machine learning or to build all the AI platforms. But guys, this is something I would definitely pay attention to in the years ahead. Just do a search. There are lots of videos, lots of courses, and just lots of resources. If you really want to become an AI practitioner, this is the golden age, guys. This is the golden age for you to do that. Now, next one on that list is going to talk about automation engineer. All right, and the reason why I use automation, it might be surprising to a few people why I will call it automation engineer versus what most people know, which is DevOps. All right, I think DevOps is very specific. I want to abstract it a little bit and call it automation, because that's really the goal for DevOps, really automating the build pipeline and making sure that, if you write code in dev, you can quickly move it to production and such. So automation engineer is what I'll really focus on. So if you take a look at automation engineer, it came somehow from the roots of automation engineer comes from manufacturing. All right, where you had to automate the manufacturing process, making sure that everything is smooth. Now we're bringing that into software, we're bringing that into technology, and companies are needing to automate their pipelines, to automate their processes, right? I don't have to write code and manually take that code and go put into production. Let's automate that. So when you write your code, you can click a button, it runs the test cases, it does the build, it takes the package, it deploys it, CI, CD, CT, CA, whatever they see you can put in there, but it stands for continuous integration, continuous testing, continuous deployment, continuous development, continuous delivery, whatever it is, people want things continuous. So guys, this is something that is very, very much in demand. Speed is the name of the game, and I'll definitely pay attention to this particular one. All right, so if you just go down, lots and lots of resources. If you look at the jobs, I will guarantee you that a lot of companies are posting jobs around this particular field. So I will pay attention to automation engineer. All right, now last but not least on that list is product manager. So product manager has to make it on that list. And if you think about it, when we deal with software, we're really dealing with products, right? Gmail is a product, Google Calendar is a product, Facebook could be a product. Even within that product, you have different features. Now, you have the technical people that are writing all the code to build that, but somebody needs to know the roadmap, to have a game plan, to say what kind of features should we be building, to manage that entire team. And this is where product manager comes into play. This role might be good for you if you're not necessarily on the technical side, you're more on the leadership side, you cannot understand business, and some, again, understanding the business with some translation to understanding technology, then that way you can take the technology, understand the business needs or the business requirements, and then put those together, all right, and really manage your team to go out and to build amazing products. All right, so that's really what a product manager would do, right? This comes from, I always say it comes from the day of being a program, being a program manager. All right, so this is an amazing field that you can get into and make an amazing lucrative career out of it. If you came from the background of PMP, all right, project manager, guys, a product manager would be a natural fit for you. In here, you might see people coming in as being Scrum Masters and project managers and all of that. But to me, the meta skill here is understanding business, understanding some form of IT, and having that leadership ability to bring them together and to lead people towards achieving something. If that's you, all right, you can really succeed in this field. All right, guys, just to recap again what those skills are: we have machine learning, which is number 1. We have digital marketing, data science, cybersecurity, cloud computing, software testing, game development, artificial intelligence, automation engineer, or DEVOPS, which is kind of falls in there. And then last but not least, we have a product manager. All right, guys, through here, thanks for joining for today. I hope this helps. If you're thinking about all of this, guys, I always recommend start with Google as your first place. But all right, thanks for joining us in today's video through here, and I will see you in our next video.